had like a lunch and then maybe almost like a dinner or something like that?
I've never done one with him, to be honest with you, because he's got what I call a stable of private lenders now. He did, before I started working for him in 2007, he had already gotten this stable established. So he recycles his private lenders, and he hasn't had to go out and get any more in the recent years. Because he sticks with the same ones over and over.
Did he ever have any problems with the speed at which he tells people about that stuff? Did they all want to come back and have one-on-ones with him? Was there a high percentage?
That's a better question for him, Paige.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Anything else? Somebody else had a hand? Yes, Tracy. We start out high. We start out usually sending out 100 to 200 postcards.
Oh, you do?
We start out high. And then, you mail, and you don't do mail just one time, you mail multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And those are in a certain small area within which you're going to have
We
the
get
luncheon?
a list of lenders from our area.
Very filtered, right?
Yes, and if he talked yesterday about, his list provider, Dunhills. Dunhills.com. He has always been with Dunhills. And if you call them and tell them that you want what Alan Cowgill asked for, they know exactly what to give you.
Okay.
So, any other questions?
What's the response rates usually? Like you say, you do 200 postcards. What are you aiming for the response rate, or RSVPs, and then people who actually show?
You're looking for as high as you can get. I mean, there's no set number that you're looking for. I mean, you know what your room can hold generally. But as far as what he gets in the room, he may ask 200 people to come in, but he only gets like 20, 30 people in the room at a time. Gary's done a bunch of these too, so Gary can vouch for that. He's the king of luncheons. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm sorry. Yes, Tracy.
So is the presentation in the premium system?
The audio of the presentation is in the premium system. For those of you who had dinner with us last night, you got the hard copy of what this is, and I will check out the end of that to see why we're not getting the full, because that was one of the ones we had last night. But the audio of it is in the premium system. Okay.
It actually seemed pretty short, like 10 minutes. Was that longer? Was it edited or something?
There was some editing done to that, but you're there to present your presentation, and once you get through it, it depends on how long it takes you to do it. He's got it down to a science. He's done it so many times. Like,
Because I think he said the presentation would be about 30 to 45 minutes, and that video was about 15 to 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because he waits to take his questions at the back.
Right.
So
Going around tables.
yes, exactly. We'll get either Gary or Mr. Cowgill up here to talk about that, okay? I am going to go ahead and talk to you about what you have and the forms download website that you can access. For many of you in here, you have the premium system, or what we call the millionaire system, okay? If you don't, there's a couple of you that only have the basic. I think you, Paige, only have the basic system. Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then everybody in here should be familiar with this book. This is the premium system. All right. I'm going to come back to this in just a second. I just wanted to show that to you. Oh, that went away. I'll have to get back into that. This is the wealth management system. It's the companion piece to the premium system. The wealth and the premium make the millionaire. Okay? I call this one the care and feeding of your private lenders. This tells you how you take care of them. It has the forms that you use to work with them. It has your spreadsheets that we use in the office. There's some information in here on working with IRA money. So this is, if you don't have this, This usually sells for $6.97 on the website. I could do it here for $4.97. This is what you need the day you get your first lender. Okay? So if you don't have this, come back and see me. All right? Let me kill that. Yes, ma'am. This is the wealth management system. And if you don't know what you have, come back and see me. I can tell you exactly what you have, except for Paige, apparently.
We both broke that. We had the basic first, and then we got the diamond the next. I mean, not the diamond,
The millionaire.
millionaire.
Okay. And this, he's talked about this. This is your audio business card. Your, you know, he showed you this already, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that until we get into the forms. So I'm going to go back to the premium for a minute. That's distracting. You can see out of the corner of my eye. Those are my grandbabies. We'll look at them for a while. This is the premium system. When you open it up, you have information in this pocket. You have information in this yellow envelope. This is for doing one-on-one meetings. Okay? And then your trifolds are there. When you're looking, if you take the audio business card, the CD, the Great Alternative Stock Market CD we call it, when you take that to Office Max or something to have it reproduced, or some other company to have it reproduced, your reproduction rights certificate is in here. They may ask for that. Okay? If they're reputable, they're going to ask for that because it says copyright on it. Okay? That gives you the power to violate the copyright. You get a quick start letter and a quick start guide. You will have a little tab in here. If you've had yours for 5 years and you haven't cut your tab off, you can cut your tab off. Okay? You can cut your tab off. I've seen them come back at 10 and 11 years old and their tab's still there. This is your quick start. Another quick start tells you when you get into this and you say, where do I go first? How do I start? This gives you step by step what you should do first. Do that, then go on to the second one, do that, go on to the third one, okay? And then on the back of this quick start, there is a website address where you can buy the DVD cases, okay? The next page that you need to know about is this page. It's the software applications policy. This is going to take you to that website that I'm getting ready to show you. All right? You need the access code that is down here on the bottom. All right? Once you create your account, and I'm going to show you how to do that, you create your account. At some point, it's going to ask for this registration code. Okay? You only need that registration code one time. Just once. Okay? Your CDs, all of these CDs up to disc 7 are audios. So the first 8, because the quick start's not numbered, the first 8 are audio CDs. All right? After that, if you try to play them in your audio player, disc 8, you're not going to get anything. I get that question all the time. My disc won't work. Well, what disc is it? It's disc 8. That's because it's not audio. It's materials. It's where you're going to find your disclosure and your disclaimer and your scripts. Okay? Your credibility kit has 2 credibility kits on it. It has a Word document that you can change to make it your own, and it has a PDF document that is the credibility kit that went around the room the last couple of days. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. And then there's a bonus CD. And if you think you are missing your SEC CDs because they're not in the front, it's because they're in the back. Okay, so your SEC CDs are in the back. Questions about that? Nope? Okay. Shoot. All right, I'm going to get right into the website then. Where you want to go to is forms.privatelendingmadeeasy.com. Do not put www in front of it. It's just forms.privatelendingmadeeasy.com. Forms.privatelendingmadeeasy.com. What you're going to do the first time is click on Create Account. down here at the bottom. It says create account. You're going to go out there, you're going to create your username, and you're going to create your own password. If you forget either of those, you can call me. I can tell you what your username is, but I cannot tell you what your password is. Once you figure out what your username is, just click on Forgot Password and it will email you a new password to the email address that you're going to put into this system that I'm going to show you in a minute. So if you change your email address, call me. I can update it in the system, okay, if you can't get in. And then we can get you a new password. All right? While you got your pencils out, let me give you something else that's really important. It's my phone number. It's 937-390-0816. 937-390-0816. I'm generally in the office from 8 to 4. So between those hours are the best times to catch me. I do take a lunch break usually and get out of there about noon, but any other time you can catch me. I'm the only one who answers the phone. So,
What's your last name, Doc?
Pena, P-E-N-A. You're welcome. All right, let's get into the meat of it. This is the first screen that you're going to see when you get into the system. Along the left-hand side there, you have, under Home, it says Forms. That will take you straight to the documents. You have Contact Us. That will give you our email and phone number if you forget it. And then the log out. And I'm going to come back to this additional information that's right here about working in multiple states. You're going to click on Forms and you're going to come up with some profile page. There are 3 profile pages. This is where you put in your information and the system yanks out Mr. Cowgill's and puts yours in to all the forms. Okay? So I'm going to go through these real quick. Most of them are self-explanatory. Your company name, your title, your name, your address, your physical address. The thing about this system is that if you don't fill in a block with something, it doesn't fill the forms, okay? Except for with the exception of these 2 blocks right here for the second address on those 2. If you don't know what you want to put in that block, if you don't have I'm going to flip to the next page real quick. One thing you want to do after you put in your profile information is click on Save down here at the end of every page. Okay, so make sure you save before you go next. If you don't have a company motto, you don't have a company theme, you don't know you haven't really got your company story together yet, just put something in those blocks that stands out. What I do and what I tell people to do is just put a row of capital X's or a row of 1s or a row of 2s. That way when you're looking at the document itself, you can see where you either have to delete some information or add some information, okay? So you have to have something in the box. All right, this is where you're getting into the meat of your documents. This is where you're setting up your program. Loan to value, LTV, you guys should all know that one. Where your luncheon's at, your luncheon date. Does everybody know what TPA is? TPA is your third-party administrator. That's the, that's the IRA company that you're going to use. Okay?
Registered agent?
No. Third party equity trust.
Donna, if you're not gonna have a luncheon, do you just make up something to put in that block? It says luncheon location.
Yeah, put a bunch of capital X's or a bunch of 1s so that when you pull up the document that talks about the luncheon, you know that's an area that you need to focus on and, yeah, figure out. Once you have that profile information in, then you can go out to the documents. if your profile information changes at any time, you can always go back in here and update it. All right, if your phone number changes, go back in here and change it. It'll repopulate all the forms. You can download them again, and then you've got them all. What we recommend is that once you have your profile information in, you download all of the forms and save them to your computer somewhere. But when you're doing that, make sure you know where you're saving them to, okay? Because I can tell you, once a month I get a call and somebody says, I downloaded the forms, but I don't know where they went. And I have to say, I don't either because I can't see your computer. So, just remember where you save them. I'm going to start up here at the top. All documents, less state forms. If you click download right there where it says all documents, less state forms, that's going to download all of those 24 documents that are listed in here at one time. It's going to put them in a zip file. You're going to need to unzip them. Okay? Everything in here is editable. It's either a Word or a PowerPoint, and you can edit everything that's in here. Okay? If you, as you see right here, it says Alabama forms. That's because we have put Alabama in as our state of residence. Okay? So if I were to click download, that would download not just the forms that Alabama suggests or requires, but also it's going to download the federal forms that you might need. And it's going to have a separate file folder that has just information in it. What Ralph did for us, our attorney, he went out and looked at every state and found what information would be pertinent to private lending, and he's put that separately in a file out there. So the readable stuff that's in the file that it will download is information you probably ought to take a look at. Okay?
So when we get into the website, do we have a choice as to which state we look at, or how does that work?
Whatever state you put in as your state of residence, where you're working out of, is the state that you're going to get.
Okay.
And I'll explain to you in a little bit how to get the additional states, okay? I'm going to just go through the forms here real quick. And when you're ready to download, you click on download. That seems pretty self-explanatory, right? If you click on preview, what it's going to give you is just a certain portion of the document. And you can click on preview without putting your profile information in, but it's not going to have your information in it, okay? It's just going to be generic information. And you will only see, like if it's the PowerPoint slide presentation, you will only get the first 3 slides. You won't get the whole set, okay? Second mortgage sample, your clamshell CD insert, that's this in the paperwork. That's this stuff, okay? Your Elizabeth Story postcard and your trifold. Your reports are in here. This Money Loop slide presentation, this is what we have playing when the potential private lenders come into our meeting, our one-on-one, or our luncheon. I'll let that download for a minute. If you see, it says right there that you have 93 downloads remaining for the Money Loop presentation. Yours is going to say 3. You're going to have 3 downloads, but don't get excited about that. So this is the presentation that we play when they come in, as they're coming in. It shows what we've done. Don't get upset if you run out of downloads. Just call me, because I can fix that. I can give you more than 3. The reason we do the 3 is because we had a RIA one time who bought one system and then they shared it with all their people, and that's not fair to you folks. 56. So we want to make sure everybody is doing things the right way.
So we can add our own pictures to that?
Yes, you can. Everything in there is editable. The newspaper ad, the newspaper article, your one-on-one steps for your one-on-one meeting. Here's your PowerPoint slides. You have the PowerPoint slides on this website in two formats. You have it in the PowerPoint template, and then you also have it in the Word template. In the Word template, you're going to see exactly what Mr. Cowgill says for each slide, okay?
Like a script.
Yeah, like a script. Yeah. And like I said, you can go in and edit this information, or you can go back in the profile and you can edit it and download again. But that's it. And here, where you have all this information, the bank pays 2%, you know, if you're changing numbers in your profile information, whatever numbers you put in there, it's going to recalculate all this stuff for you, okay?
So if we use a different percentage than 8%, it will recalculate. How about the part about the bank CD at 2%? Because clearly that's different.
You can go in and change that. You won't be able to change that in your profile, but you can change it directly in the PowerPoint presentation itself. Fourth one from the bottom, sorry. That is a list of SEC attorneys, as it says, by state. There are at least 10 SEC attorneys per state listed in there. So if you're looking for an SEC attorney, that's a good place to start. We have not vetted most of those, so we have not talked to all of them to make sure that they are, you know, exactly what we needed, but we thought we'd give you some places to start. There are some in there you're going to see have an asterisk beside their name. Those are ones that our SEC attorney actually spoke to, and those people are good to go, okay? Any questions about any of the forms or anything you want to see? Yes, Marco.
Just in case, is there a list of questions to ask an attorney when he interviews them?
Is, okay. It's separate from here. Any other questions before I move on? Okay. If you look in this left-hand column where it says SEC survey, you know that exercise you did yesterday where you sit under the signs?
Yeah.
It's out here on this website as well. You can come out here if you get home and you decide, I don't like either of the choices I made. I want to do something different. What can I do? Go out here. It has the same questions. You click, 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 and it tells you what you can do. How many of you are working in multiple states? Crossing state lines? Quite a few of you. So you're going to need to register in both states, right? So if you need additional state forms, just come out to this website, or you can go to our privatelendingmadeeasy.com website. That's where this is going to take you. You come down to this state map, and let's say we want, let's go with Ohio. You just click on it, takes you to an order page. The forms for additional states are $24.95, not too bad. And what it does is it zips you instantly to your email, the forms in a zip file, just like you would get them when you downloaded them from the website.
Those forms not available for the state?
I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest with you. You probably can get them off the state's website. The thing that's in here is the information that Ralph has particularly pulled out that is applicable to private lenders. Okay? Any questions about the forms website? How many of you have actually accessed the forms website? How many of you had no clue it even existed until today? How many folks, yeah, how many folks like it?
Yeah.
It's in a matter of the amount of time it takes you to fill out your profile information, you can have all of your forms filled out. You could be, you know, other than you reviewing them at the end, it's a great system. I love it. It's very handy.